So Austin, Texas is one of the fastest growing cities in the country, and it has been for quite a long time with tourism, entertainment, food, an art scene. It's just a really cool place to call home, but does it live up to the hype? Now, I've helped countless families and individuals relocate from other areas here to Austin, Texas, and a lot of them absolutely loved it. But some of them actually regretted it after a couple of years. And not to say that they didn't like Austin as a whole. Some of them didn't, some of them did, but they might not have liked the location that they ended up landing in. And then they, 2 years later, moved to the complete opposite side of town because that's where they found that they really felt at home. I'm Justin Rossi, an Austin native and a local real estate expert in the area. And I love making these videos to show people just like you exactly what it's like to live in the city of Austin and what they need to know before they decide on where they want to live. I'll always be honest, and I'll always show you the good, the bad, and the ugly of this great city. If you want to strategize your next move, give me a call at the number on the screen right now. Love to set up a one-on-one strategy meeting. Little known fact, but I actually make these videos so that I can connect with people just like you. So please don't hesitate, don't be shy. Give me a call, shoot me a text message, and we'll set something up. You can also text RELO to the same number, and I will send you my Austin area relocation guide. It'll go over the ins and the outs of the different areas, stats on different neighborhoods, and just an overall general view of the city, and kind of be a little bit of a guide for if you were to come to visit. So we're gonna break this into two parts. Let's start with the pros. The first pro when it comes to Austin is a strong job market. Now, across the country, there's obviously other areas and locations that have stronger job markets than Austin, but that's not to say that Austin doesn't have a really good foundation when it comes to a plethora of different jobs. And it's not just tech like a lot of people think. Now, while we do have a strong tech presence here, we've got Apple, Oracle, Tesla, and more. We've also got a really strong healthcare presence. We've got trade jobs, we've got education, we've got government jobs. This is the capital of the state of Texas, so there's tons of government jobs located here in Austin. And a fun fact is 1 in 5 jobs, that's 20%, are actually STEM-related jobs here in Austin. And for those of you that don't know, that's science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. The second pro that we're gonna talk about is just being surrounded by natural beauty. As you can see right now, I'm about to film my first segment for ADTV, which is American Dream TV. I'm here at an event space here on Lake Travis, and you can tell it's beautiful outside right now. I'll show you guys a little bit of the venue and the event center here afterwards. Overall, when you're in the city of Austin, you've got fantastic outdoor amenities. You've got outdoor hiking, you've got things like Barton Springs Greenbelt, you're surrounded by natural lakes, man-made lakes, creeks, rivers, you name it. If you like spending time outside, there's something for you to do here. You've got year-round hiking, swimming, boating, fishing, kayaking, mountain climbing, or I guess here in the hill country, you've got rock climbing. There's just so much to do outdoors here in the city of Austin that you're really never gonna get bored if you're an outdoor person. And it's just that perfect, unique blend of urban landscape mixed with the natural beauty that you find here at places like Austin. So the third pro is just the entertainment and creative scene that you have going on here in Austin. Now, I know we're known as the live music capital of the world, and it goes without saying that we have events like ACL, South by Southwest, but we also have tons of museums, art galleries, art tours. I live in Onion Creek. We're actually gonna be on the South Austin art tour that's gonna be happening this month. So you've got creatives and artists and writers and musicians that really make this city something actually really special. And you've also got cool things like comedy scenes, like Joe Rogan just brought the mothership here. So Joe Rogan's located here. You've got tons of podcasts that record and film their video podcasts here. You've got things like comedy shows like Kill Tony, again, back to Joe Rogan. I mean, that's definitely our biggest claim to fame when it comes to comedy here. And then you've just got really cool eclectic scenes in different areas. Lots of really fun stuff happening on South Congress. You've got shopping, art galleries, you've got live music, you've got street festivals. It's a really cool vibe and a really cool scene. and definitely worth something checking out. And then you've also got things like speakeasies and hidden bars and jazz clubs that nobody knows about, like the Underground Elephant Room. So there's just a really lot of cool, modern and eclectic blend, I'd say, of just entertainment and creative culture here. The next pro on the list is gonna be the absolutely amazing food scene that we have going here in Austin. And no, it's not just barbecue and tacos. You've got Michelin star restaurants, you've got cuisines from all over the world that are done at a really high level. You've got sushi at places like Uchi. You've got Red Ash, which is, if you can get on the wait list and get a reservation, one of the best restaurants, in my opinion, in the country, if not maybe the world. You'll see people like Joe Rogan, Woody Harrelson. You've got local chefs here on a regular basis earning national acclaim. We've got James Beard Award winners. We've got Michelin star and Michelin Green Star winners spread throughout the city. It's just really cool to see, especially coming from somebody who lived here for his whole life and it used to just be tacos and barbecue, to see it really elevate itself so far as the food scene goes. And I'm a huge foodie, so that's a big plus for me. So the next pro on our list is that we're a progressive city in a fairly conservative state. So it's a really good blend of ideology, political views. You've got kind of something for just about everybody here. It's a great place if you want to be involved in activism. It's great for young professionals. It's great for families that have, stronger core values. And you've got access to resources, an open-minded community, but at its heart, you've still got that really good blend that kind of walks the line, so to say, of being super liberal or super conservative, and you've got a middle ground here in Austin where kind of all those great minds meet. And the cool part about it is, even if you end up in one of the liberal areas, you can still go hunting or fishing on the weekends. Texas is great for things like that. So the next pro is the long-term appreciation and values of real estate here in Austin, namely the homes, right? So even after the market corrections, after we spiked during COVID and then kind of came down for the market correction, long term, Austin's a really safe play because it's growing consistently year over year. Now you have fluctuations, it does go up and down, but it goes up and down like this. It's not a flat line that just kind of goes up and down, up and down. You're gonna see long-term appreciation in Austin, the greater Austin area, Dripping Springs, Round Rock, Pflugerville, Buda, Kyle, all of those areas. Anything on the I-35 corridor is set for massive growth. It has been growing and it's gonna continue to grow for the foreseeable future. So it's ideal for buyers looking to get into the market and build long-term equity and build wealth through real estate. And a little cool fact is some of the local suburbs around here in Austin have actually doubled in value in the past 10 years. So it's not quite 10 years, but my wife and I bought our first home in Round Rock about 15 years ago or so, and it has way more than doubled in value. So that was a great investment. We still own it. We've got long-term renters in there now. So they're paying the mortgage, they're paying the insurance, they're paying the taxes, and our house is just continuing to build equity as they do so. So we've got a little bit of a bonus pro here. The next is that you kind of get a combination in Austin of a big city feel with a small town vibe. And what I mean by that is you've got all the amenities of living in a big metroplex, a big city. You've got all the conveniences, you've got all the entertainment, you've got the museums. But when you find your kind of small little sections around the city of Austin, you've still got that kind of small town vibe where, you'll go to H-E-B. If you don't know what H-E-B is, you'll certainly learn what that is when you visit Austin or come to live here. But you'll see people there that you'll see people from work, you'll see people from your morning jog, from your workout class, from your gym. You've still kind of got that really connected small town vibe, which is something I love about the city of Austin. I really like to kind of dive into the cons now that we've gone over all the pros of living here in Austin. So you're probably going to hear this on every cons list in Austin, but one of the cons is the traffic. And it's not just the traffic, it's the constant construction that you find here in Austin, especially on the main thoroughfare from north to south, which is I-35. It's pretty much nonstop, and it doesn't look like it's going to be ending anytime soon. That being said, if you're moving from another metroplex like Los Angeles, you might not really think the traffic here is that bad. Now, if you talk to a local like myself who's lived here my whole life, you're definitely gonna hear people say the traffic is horrendous, it's the worst traffic we've ever seen in the world. It's manageable, right? You just have to plan accordingly with your commute times and where you choose to live if you're gonna be commuting for work. So that said, neighborhood choice really matters when you're talking about where you're going to plant your roots here in Austin. That being said, I'm a local real estate expert. I'd love to be of assistance. You can reach me at the number below via call or text. And again, I make these videos so that I can talk to people just like you. So don't be shy, don't hesitate to reach out. I'd love to hear from you. So the next thing we're gonna talk about when it comes to cons is the cost of living. Now, Austin used to be fairly affordable. It's still affordable when it's compared to cities like New York, Los Angeles, things like that, but it's no longer cheap, you know. The Austin average is about $450, but if you're looking for being in one of the nicer areas, you're probably gonna be thinking about the $600K range for just kind of like the normal run-of-the-mill house. And I've mentioned this before in a previous video, but the property taxes are higher here in Austin than a lot of people are used to, but that's kind of offset by the fact that we don't have a state income tax here. You're looking at somewhere close to 2% on property taxes, which if you're coming from a place that has state income tax, you're definitely gonna think that that's really, really high. But don't let that blow you out of the water. Don't let that change your mind. Like I said, no state income tax really does work to offset that higher property tax. So the next con on the list is the fact that it is hot here in Austin, Texas. And 100 degrees isn't 100 degrees, right? We have a very sticky, humid heat. So the heat index could very often be, during the summer months, about 110 degrees. So one of my recommendations is, before choosing to relocate to Austin, definitely don't just visit when it's nice outside in the spring or the fall. Come visit the city in the heat of the summer, August, July, and make sure that it's something that you're willing to make a concession on, because I've lived here my whole life and I'm still not necessarily used to the heat. I'm gonna slide a little pro in there. I've said it a million times, but you are surrounded by water here in Austin. So even though it's hot, there's a ton of really fun, cool ways to beat the heat. You can go to Barton Springs, you can go paddleboarding, you can go kayaking, and that's not just like a 30-minute drive from the city. You've got access to all of those things right here in the heart of the city of Austin. The next con on our list is going to be allergies, right? Allergies in the city of Austin and Central Texas in general are absolutely no joke. So bring your Zyrtec, make sure that you're prepared to deal with allergies if you decide to move here. Now, I don't really suffer from allergies, but if the cedar does get really bad, and you'll get familiar with cedar fever, I do feel like I've got a little bit of a cold, but that, for me at least, that's about the worst of it. But it is something that really does affect a lot of people, so be prepared for allergies. The next con on our list is gonna be the kind of weird zoning that we have here in Austin. You might see kind of a hodgepodge of neighborhoods or houses or developments within neighborhoods. Might see $1 million luxury mansion next to a tiny home, next to a food truck, next to an auto repair shop, which can be kind of charming, but it can also be a little bit frustrating and something to think about when you're choosing where to land. If you're buying real estate here, what's gonna happen long-term in that area so far as equity and values and what's gonna be next door. So a little fun fact is Austin is one of the largest cities in the US without traditional zoning laws. So it's definitely something to think about. So the next con is kind of a funny one, but it's actually kind of become cool to hate Austin. There's a lot of sayings going around. You even see bumper stickers that say, "Don't Dallas my Austin, don't California my Austin." And it's based in a little bit of local resentment about how fast the city's really changed. Again, I've been here my whole life, so I've watched the evolution of the city from kind of small, sleepy college music town to the tech booming hub that it is today. I mean, it's actually quite wild to see the change, and it's not just a change in mentality, it's not just a change in the culture. You can actually see the city skyline changing year after year, which is, for me, being in real estate, really cool to watch happen. That said, a lot of locals like me absolutely love it. We just like to kind of complain about it sometimes. So the next kind of surprising con is going to be, even though we have the saying, keep Austin weird, it's kind of switching from that weird culture to a mix of that weird culture and a little bit of corporate culture because of the tech boom and all the industry that's located here and is growing really quickly. Growth in healthcare, growth in major hospitals, growth in tech, all those things are bringing in kind of more of a corporate vibe to Austin, which could be a pro and a con depending on, your sentiments towards those types of things. The one sad part about it, at least in my opinion, is that a lot of the mom and pop, local restaurants, things like that, are actually starting to get corporately bought out. As a matter of fact, one of my favorite restaurants growing up here in Austin, it's called Chewy's. If you visit, you have to go there. It's still really good, but it just got bought out by Olive Garden, which is a drag. It happened not that long ago. The food quality stayed really good. So I hope that continues to be the case, but we'll kind of see. But things like that are happening at kind of a faster pace these days. So I kind of want to just mention that if you're adaptable, then there's going to be a place and something here for you in Austin, whether it be a neighborhood popping up, new construction, new restaurants, new music scene, new venues. There's always something happening here in Austin, and those options are just expanding as the city grows. So there's something for just about everyone here. That said, if you're looking for stability and something just to stay the same for a really, really long time, then that could be a con for you. You know, things are evolving at a really, really fast pace here, and we don't really know what the future is going to hold. You know, we can predict it, but I guess you can't. The saying is you can't predict the future. So we don't know what Austin's going to look like in 20, 30, 40 years. If you're considering relocating to Austin, I'd love to help you make the move strategically and figuratively. I'm a local real estate agent. We've got a team of great people here in Austin, and we are here to help. I know I've said it before, I'll say it again. I make these videos so that I can connect with people just like you. So you'll see my number on the screen. Feel free and give me a call, give me a text. You can text the word RELO to the number on the screen as well, and I'll send you over a copy of my Austin relocation guide. I'm happy to set up a one-on-one strategy call with any of you. Just reach out and we can discuss your plans and figure out the smartest, best path forward.